Marc Guiu has been brought to Chelsea FC by another early move during the transfer window. Chelsea's strategy of investing in youth and potential is exemplified by this acquisition. Recently, the Blues marked 18-year-old Omari Kellyman from Aston Manor for £19 million and finished the arrangement to acquire Estevão Willian to Stamford Extension the late spring of 2025. The board's proactive actions demonstrate a clear intention and willingness to spend. Be that as it may, regardless of this desire, the huge issue recognized last season stays the crew's absence of experienced players, as featured by fans, savants, and previous chief Mauricio Pochettino. After Burnley's starting 11, which averaged 24 years and 257 days, Chelsea's starting 11 was the league's youngest at 24 years and 280 days. Burnley battled altogether and confronted transfer. While Chelsea fared better because of their quality, they actually endured at key minutes because of an absence of experienced players who could deal with the game's rhythm and close-out matches, exemplified by the 2-2 draws against Sheffield joined together and Burnley. Chelsea would have handled the most youthful beginning 11 had it not been for the 39-year-old Thiago Silva, who has now left the club. Starting from the beginning of June, Chelsea has been connected with various players, yet there is no obvious sign that they are seeking after experienced heads on the lookout. The following is a rundown of players Chelsea has marked or been connected with, alongside their ages and situations with. Only Tosin Adarabioyo, 26, who has 3 years of Premier League experience and is over the age of 25, is guaranteed a starting spot under Enzo Maresca. Kiernan Dewsbury-Corridor is being considered for the midfield, which is now packed with ability. The differed profiles of the connected players propose an absence of a durable exchange procedure, showing up more like a list of things to get than a designated waitlist. The Waring Chiefs ought to consider the significance of adding experienced players to this young group to direct them through one more new section under another supervisor. Chelsea finished 6th with 63 points, just 5 points behind 4th place Aston Villa, and narrowly missed out on a Champions League spot. Veteran players' presence could mean the difference between 3 points and 1. While Chelsea's current financial prudence is commendable, it is still essential to address the squad's need for experience and refrain from excessive spending as in the past. It is hoped that the club will recognize and promptly address this gap as the transfer window progresses. Chelsea's rivals in the Premier League have expressed an interest in signing a promising youngster for Newcastle United. The Magpies are keeping an eye on attacking midfielder Yahya Idrissi Regragui, who made his under-18s debut last season, according to Mail Online. Idrissi Regragui is said to be one of the Blues' most exciting players and has already played for Morocco at the under-18 level. The teen is expected to make significant progress toward playing senior football next year and already has a contract with Nike. Chelsea have affirmed Ian Maatsen has passed on the club to join Aston Manor for all time in the wake of getting back from advance at Dortmund, where he assisted the group with arriving at the Bosses Association last week. Maatsen, who is representing the Netherlands at the Euros, reached personal terms with both clubs, and the move to the Midlands has now been confirmed. Chelsea will compete in the Europa Conference League, while he will play in the Champions League. As indicated by the day-to-day broadcast, Leeds joined youngster Archie Dim has arisen as a firm objective for Chelsea as they get ready for the new season. Leeds reportedly want to sign the sensational midfielder for at least £30 million, and those in charge of the team at Stamford Bridge may view him as a significant addition. Chelsea is pursuing a move for Leeds United's Archie Gray as part of their progressive summer transfer plans. The Blues have already made an offer for Leicester City midfielder Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, so this is in addition to their interest in him. Conor Gallagher's future may be the subject of further speculation if Chelsea's intentions regarding these two deals are any indication. The midfielder wants to stay and thinks he won't be pushed out of the club in any way. However, those conditions could change quickly if the Blues sign either Dewsbury-Hall or Gray. In the meantime, new manager Enzo Maresca is the driving force behind these signings, particularly Dewsbury-Hall, who he managed last season at Leicester City. He also knows enough about Gray because he still loves the Leeds United player a lot. Leeds joined purportedly need £30 million for the midfielder, as they know about the many clubs monitoring the young sensation. In order to avoid becoming embroiled in a transfer battle for the midfielder, Chelsea are, in essence, attempting to conclude a deal early on. Past the pair referenced above, Chelsea is likewise surrounding numerous different arrangements, albeit these will probably be reported after the June 30 PSR upheld cutoff time. Aston Manor teen Omari Kellyman appears to have a foot inside the entryway at Stamford Scaffold, while they have likewise settled on private terms with Aaron Anselmino of Boca Youngsters. They have likewise set off Barcelona ability Marc Guiu's delivery condition, and he will supposedly sign a 6-year bargain at Stamford Extension. As it continues to build a team with a core of young players who can sustain 75 to 80 games per season, the club is trying to recruit many more young talents, including Gray. Chelsea are interested in signing Pepe this summer, according to a record report via Sport Witness. However, they will face intense competition for the Brazilian international from Premier League rivals Newcastle United. It shouldn't come as a surprise that the two teams are looking into the Brazilian this summer. Chelsea had previously also been interested in him. They should get a quality aggressor who will contribute with objectives and imagination. Pepe has the versatility to play anywhere in the front three, contributing 18 goals this season. The aggressor has a €60 million delivery proviso in his agreement, and it is not yet clear whether Chelsea and Newcastle joined can arrange a more sensible cost with Porto. He is a key player, and the Portuguese team will not want to lose him soon. Nonetheless, the two English clubs positively have the monetary assets to entice them. Chelsea and Newcastle joined got through frustrating efforts by all accounts in the 2023-24 season, and they will hope to return emphatically. Chelsea will be hoping to compete for trophies once more and get back into the UEFA Champions League. In the meantime, Newcastle United has a big plan and will want to compete regularly in Europe. Pepe unquestionably has the quality to prevail at the two clubs, and it will be intriguing to see where he winds up. Last season, Chelsea relied too heavily on goals from Cole Palmer and struggled to get the most out of their attackers. Pepe would be a great acquisition because they need more help in the final third. The valuable chance to join the head association club will be very appealing for the Brazilian too. The chance to move to England can be hard to pass up for the Brazilian international, who wants to prove himself at the highest level. In the meantime, Newcastle joined are perhaps of the richest club on the planet, and they have the assets to address the €60 million asking cost. However, they will need to conduct their transfer business with diligence. The Tyneside business cannot afford to overspend because they will be required to adhere to financial regulations. They require more attack depth, despite the fact that Alexander Isak is leading the line for them. Callum Wilson is inclined to getting wounds, and the Jaybirds need another option. The place the Brazilian international ends up will be fascinating. The Brazilian international, rated at €60 million, will hope that FC Porto will allow him to leave for a price that is more reasonable this summer, and he would have exciting opportunities to play for both Chelsea and Newcastle United. Chelsea appears to have won the race for Aaron Anelmino, and the young defender has apparently been signed. The Blues have reserved probably the best youthful gifts from around, and the Boca youngsters protector positively accommodates their profile prerequisites. There are questions whether he will get a ton of games from the very beginning at Stamford Scaffold in the approaching season, in spite of the fact that their exchange strategy frantically needs a player of his quality. Anelmino supposedly has a $20 million delivery condition, and Chelsea will pay around $18 million, which seems to have made it happen. The Argentine wonder kid, who is 19 years old, is a player that Boca Juniors wants to keep at least until 2025 because they are about to make a historic statement with a big sale. This indicates that they are open to a sale but are looking for a way to delay the defender's departure. Chelsea, on the other hand, is not so eager to agree to this because they want the defender to join the main team for preseason training.